Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, which means brand new comic book day, and I've got one of the new releases in my hand. It's Conan's Serpent War, #1. Fairly interesting debut. It's written by Jim Zubs, art by Scot Eaton. Scott Hanna is the inker. Frank Diamata is the colorist. Vanesa R. Del Rey is artist for certain sequences, and Jean-Francois Beaulieu is the colorist for those same sequences, and then Travis Lanham is the letterer. Alright, so Conan Serpent War. It brings together three of Robert E. Howard, I guess four of Robert E. Howard's creations. We got Conan the Barbarian, Solomon Kane, and then Dark Agnes. They're going to be teaming up with Moon Knight from Marvel Comics to take on a Dark Elder God. It's an interesting debut in that, you know, I'm not familiar with Robert E. Howard's creations, like beyond watching Conan films. Like, this is not a character I know. I have no idea who Dark Agnes is and Solomon Kane are. So going in as far as debut, I'm kind of looking for some certain things. Like, I want an introduction to those characters. I want to get a kind of good sense of who they are, what type of action characters they are, tropes they are, that type of stuff. And then archetypes, I guess, would be a best way of putting it. And then how is it all kind of going to gel together? Now, Zub does, I think, a good job in that the comic feels like a chapter to a story. There's something about it as far as how it's presented, how everything comes together, that it feels more like a prose story than necessarily a comic story, if that makes sense. And when reading it, hopefully you kind of get a sense of that as well. The other is that he does a good job balancing who these characters are and bringing them all together, and it's all kind of wrapped together in this in these kind of like dying death dream sequences from a character named John Allison, who is also Robert E. Howard creation. Another character I know nothing about, and it all comes together. Moon Knight fits in quite well. There's some heavy use and focus on the fact that he is a avatar of an Egyptian god. You're dealing with gods and stuff like that. It all works well. This doesn't quite feel as mashed together as Conan's appearances with other Marvel characters. This works. It actually works. What it kind of reminds me of is a fantasy story, like a role-playing game story, where the various players in the game have characters who can come together as a party, but just don't quite feel like they all mesh together. You've got like a witch hunter, kind of a cutlass pirate person, I guess is one way to describe it. And then you've got superhero spandex and a barbarian. It is a weird mix of as far as a adventuring party, but it works. It works actually fairly well. The art is good. So as I said, there's two artists. The styles come together pretty well. I feel like it stands out a little bit, transitioning from one to the other. So kind of like here, I think, is where you kind of really see the two styles coming to not quite matching. I'm pretty sure the two are like two different styles, and then you kind of get one of the styles here. But the art is good, and as the comic went on, it became less of an issue and less noticeable. Towards the beginning, it was noticeable for me. But overall, I like it. I want to see where this goes. I'm not sure I'm digging into single issues, but definitely as a trade, it's something I would want to read, and I will plan on reading. So I'm excited for that. Like, if you're a fan of fantasy, I think you're probably going to enjoy this. It's out in comic shops now. You can go get it. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell you where a shop is. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage of that by doing that. You help support our site, though, so thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank Marvel for hooking us up with our review copy. We always appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Now, if you are into comics, if you're into Conan the Barbarian, Marvel, Robert E. Howard, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.